These are such vile comments, but they are exactly what the View's audience loves. It is targeted perfectly at a radically feminist, liberal audience that loves hate. Another now. This is loving and tolerant rhetoric the left uses, which they accuse the opposing side of using. And this one, those women are a danger to America. They do more than anyone else to stoke political and social tensions. The former president says he thinks his wife should be allowed to think for herself.
How does a simple talk show turn into a $75 million legal battle? When Melania Trump is involved, you know things are about to get real. In an unprecedented move, the former First Lady has unleashed a jaw-dropping defamation lawsuit against The View. And trust me, this isn't your typical daytime TV drama. From scathing accusations to legal fireworks, Melania is making it crystal clear. She's done staying silent. But what did The View hosts say that pushed her to this point? And could this lawsuit mark the beginning of the end for the show? Buckle up, folks. This is one showdown you don't want to miss. Before we dive into this explosive story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for the latest updates on this and all the biggest stories shaking up the entertainment and political worlds. Did you subscribe? Amazing. Now let's break it all down. All right, let's rewind a bit. Tensions between Melania Trump and The View are nothing new. Over the years, the show's hosts have made her a frequent topic of conversation, sometimes discussing her infamous Rose Garden redesign or her take on Christmas decorations. But lately, the commentary has gotten personal.
Wrong way.
Critics are going hard after a liberal media member for vile comments about Melania Trump. The former First Lady appears to signal her support for reproductive rights in a video out yesterday.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
And this take is pretty shocking.
Really personal. On a recent episode, Sunny Hostin and her co-hosts unleashed a series of claims about Melania's private life, implying tension in her marriage to Donald Trump and questioning her role as a public figure. One claim stood out: that Melania allegedly despises her husband and avoids him at all costs.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out.
Wow. I mean, they've got to stop talking like that about a former president who's had 2 assassination attempts. I mean, that's just ignorant.
Oh, and let's not forget the jokes about her not wanting to decorate for Christmas or sleep in the same room as him. It's the kind of chatter that might seem like typical talk show banter, but Melania didn't see it that way.
Doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she does.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know all this.
Allegedly, that's why I say allegedly.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the First Lady anymore. She's destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas.
So, why did Melania Trump decide to file a lawsuit? For starters, this wasn't just harmless gossip to her. Melania's legal team claims that the remarks were not only untrue, but also damaging to her reputation. And here's the kicker: they're asking for a staggering $75 million in damages. That's not a typo, folks. $75 million. Melania has largely stayed quiet during her time in the White House and beyond. But this time, she's drawing a line in the sand. Her lawsuit argues that the comments made on The View crossed from opinion into defamation, potentially misleading audiences into believing the claims were factual. Now, let's talk about The View.
Now, you know who has been bragging all over the campaign trail about how he's the one that overturned Roe v. Wade. But apparently, his wife has different thoughts on the reproductive rights after posting this video plugging her memoir. Take a look.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
Even under the same...
This isn't the first time the show has landed in hot water for its polarizing takes. The hosts have built their brand on fiery debates and bold opinions, but critics argue that they often take things too far. From throwing shade at public figures to engaging in outright speculation about their personal lives, The View has earned a reputation for pushing boundaries, and not always in a good way.
Allegedly, he was cheating while Melania was pregnant.
That was all. That's not going to come in front of the jury, though. The judge has ruled that won't come up.
We're on television now. And then after Melania gave birth to the baby, he found Stormy to strip around with, right?
Yes.
It's like people should look at him and say, you know, what kind of an insecure jerk are you? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, my wife's pregnant. I'm not attracted to her big belly or something. And now she's paying attention to the baby and not me.
In this case, Sunny Hostin's remarks about Melania's alleged disdain for her husband and her reluctance to embrace public life were delivered in a way that Melania's team says blurred the line between speculation and fact. And when you're discussing someone as high profile as a former First Lady, that line matters. Here's where things get really interesting. Sunny Hostin isn't just a co-host. She's also a lawyer, which makes this situation even more complicated. As a legal professional, she's expected to understand the boundaries of free speech and defamation.
Because I do want to get back to this point with the left and Melania Trump. Why can't she just be her own woman and have separate?
And she can.
And so why all that criticism? I mean, that was gross from The View. And look, The View is not the litmus test of America. We don't think that.
They were afraid of that remark. That was their problem.
So why did they handle it that way?
If this lawsuit moves forward, Sunny could find herself under intense scrutiny, potentially facing depositions and cross-examinations about her statements. And it's not just Sunny who's feeling the heat. ABC, the network behind The View, could also be held liable for airing the comments. This could lead to behind-the-scenes shakeups, with producers implementing stricter oversight on what the hosts can and can't say. Rumors are already swirling that ABC executives are less than thrilled about the controversy and might be considering changes to the show's format, or even its lineup. Unsurprisingly, the lawsuit has sparked a firestorm of reactions. Supporters of Melania Trump are praising her for standing up to what they see as invasive and disrespectful behavior, arguing that her legal action is a step toward holding media personalities accountable. Meanwhile, critics claim the lawsuit is an attack on free speech, arguing that talk shows should be free to share opinions, even if they're controversial. But this isn't just about Melania or The View. It's about setting a precedent. If Melania wins, it could encourage other public figures to take legal action against media outlets they feel have crossed the line. On the flip side, if The View successfully defends itself, it could reaffirm the broad protections talk shows enjoy under free speech laws. So, what's next in this high-stakes legal drama? There are a few possibilities. Melania and ABC could reach a settlement, with the network issuing a public apology and possibly paying a hefty sum. Or, the case could go to trial, turning into a media circus that dominates headlines for months. Either way, the outcome will have ripple effects far beyond this one lawsuit. If Melania succeeds, it could force talk shows to rethink their approach to covering public figures. On the other hand, if The View prevails, it could embolden media personalities to push the envelope even further. Either way, this case is shaping up to be a pivotal moment in the ongoing tension between free speech and personal reputation. So, what do you think? Is Melania Trump right to take a stand against The View? Or is this lawsuit a step too far? Should talk shows be held accountable for their commentary? Or is this just part of the job? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates on this story and all the latest drama shaking up the media world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.